Welcome back to my channel. For those that are new here, my name is Chesney and I am a flower farmer here in the southeast of England. I just want to also say thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed to my channel. It really does mean a lot. I hope you're looking forward to seeing all my future videos and my upcoming flowers for the season. I'm very excited. That is what I wanted to film a little bit on today actually. I thought there's not really much going on, there's not really many flowers and bits to share, so I thought I would do a little grow update and share what I've got going on currently, which is why I'm in my greenhouse, and also share a little bit on what I plan to grow for 2024. So yeah, I am here in my greenhouse. It's very cold today, hence the double fleece situation. This greenhouse is disgusting. It is filthy. I haven't cleaned it because it was only a temporary measure being put here. It will be taken apart and moved to my new growing area, so I didn't think there was much point taking it all apart and cleaning it in summer and putting it back together when I was going to be doing that to move over anyway, so you'll have to excuse the state of it. I thought I would start in here and give you a little overview of everything that I've got going on, and then I will move over to the Polytunnel because I have started to transition some of my seedlings and plant babies over there, because obviously that's where they will be going. Where shall I start? I recently done my second load of ranunculus. So I did my autumn sown ones last year, and they are what is currently growing in the Polytunnel, so they will flower first. And then I've got my later sown ones here, which I literally did the other day, but I will plant these ones outside, and these will hopefully grow and flower for that little bit longer till like the early summer, before it starts getting too warm really, because obviously ranunculus don't like warm weather, so they will come to the end when the weather starts to warm up. So I figured it might get hotter quicker in the Polytunnel, and because those other ones are a bit further ahead, they'll probably come to an end a bit earlier, so I thought I would do a later succession of those. I then have got some Corinth. I have never grown this before, so this is my first time growing it. It's got those gorgeous little blue flowers. Actually, what I might do is, with this video, because I'm not the best at pronouncing stuff, it might be better if I put the plant name on the screen. I will do the Latin name and its kind of common name. I only had one successful Aquilegia, which isn't actually looking too great, but we do get a lot that self-seed outside the back door, so fingers crossed they come back with the renovations. I have some snapdragon babies, and then I've got a few over this side as well that are looking quite good. I've got a mixture of varieties, so these ones are Madam Butterfly. I mainly grow the Potomac range because I just find they have lovely big tall rigid straight stems. But it's worth noting actually that different snapdragon varieties obviously flower at different times. They have their kind of their point in the season that they shine. I can't remember off the top of my head what groups it is. Unfortunately, I sowed some snapdragons more recently because obviously you can sow them in a late winter sowing, and we had an unexpected frost and it came and wiped out my seedlings. So there's a few that are standing, you can't really see very well, but they're all just really floppy and they're a goner. So yeah, that was my fault for not coming out and fleecing. I have lots of scabious, all at different stages. So I've got these ones, they've been in these pots for a long time. You can see they're starting to lack nutrients now, so they could really do with probably a bit of a feed, to be honest. And then I've got some of these Black Knight variety, which are gorgeous. I've seen them, but I've not grown them myself, so that's the first time I've grown those ones. I have lots more scabious as well. These I actually harvested the seeds myself from my Fata Morgana variety, which is like that peachy toned one, which are beautiful. I have lots of, I don't know how to pronounce this properly, I call it Buplurum, but I know people call it Buplurum and stuff. Again, I harvested the seeds myself from my plant, and I had much better germination success on these than I did any seeds I bought. I think fresh seeds are what's key, because you don't know how long some of these seed companies have had their seeds for. I only managed to grow 3, which obviously didn't go very far at all, but now I have hundreds, so that's good. All from my own seed. I've got some grasses, Again, from my own harvested seed. I really need to sow some more of these actually. These are Brisa Maxima, so the quaking grass I think it is. They add a really nice element in the bouquets. I've got some Agrostemma corn cockle, which is absolutely mahoosive. Yeah, these ones are the white variety I think. Bianca, I think that might be what it's called. I've also got some light rose. Where we had such a warm autumn, they just shot up. And we had a really, really mild, warm autumn, so they've gone a bit crazy. So they're desperate to go in the ground now. I have got lots and lots of Orlea. It's still pushing out new growth, so it's still doing okay. But yeah, they're just struggling now in their pots. They really need potting on. And the thing is, one, I don't have enough pots. Two, it's a lot of compost and a time to keep potting them on. So anything that can go outside is like a bonus, really. I've grown lots and lots of Verbascum. Grab one, which I've not grown before. They look quite strange. I had a bit of trouble with leaf miner in here. So those tiny little caterpillars that bury in the leaves and kind of eat their way through the leaf. It's a fly that like lays its eggs. So I really struggled with that this year. But thankfully now it's all kind of resolved itself. Got some rose campion. Although these ones look slightly different. I've got two different varieties. These ones are white ones that we had growing wild in our garden. So I collected the seeds from them and they've grown lovely. And then these ones I bought from a seed company. They're white, but they've got like a bit of a pink blush in the middle. I've got lots and lots of cornflowers. I struggle with autumn sown cornflowers. I always lose loads to dampening off, but then I have got some that have gone really, really well. I've got some Salapsby, which is known as Million Bells, which beautiful, and I ended up using loads of. What else have I got going on? Lots and lots and lots of larkspur. Beautiful, beautiful larkspur. Absolutely love them. This is like a half pricked out seed tray, but I've grown some more Achillea because I used a lot of them last year. They were such a great filler in all of my bouquets. I've got some geums that I grew from seed. Didn't anticipate having so many. My mum also dug up all of her geums from her garden that she no longer wanted and gave them to me. And then I also forgot I ordered some bare root geums. So I am now flooded with geums. Let's move a little bit further down the greenhouse. So over this side, what have I got? It's kind of lots of the same really. More Achillea, but obviously different varieties. I've grown some Saponaria because I saw it I went strawberry picking last year and they had some in a vase on the counter and they were just so beautiful. So I thought I'm going to give those a go. I've not grown them before. Feverfew because I absolutely love it. It's like those little daisy like flowers, again really beautiful in bouquets. Ended up using a load of them, so I've grown a lot more. Something else that I've not grown before, I've got another one coming out, some Gora. I've got some eucalyptus trees in here that are not doing too good. I bought them in to protect them from the frost because I lost all of mine to the frost last year, so I didn't want to do that again. Got lots that I've grown from seed that are doing really well actually. Well, I say really well, they're looking a bit ropey. But yeah, I've grown this from seed. He's really tall now, but he's sprouting loads and loads of babies at the bottom. It's like trying to branch out. It has got a few crusty leaves at the bottom. Grown that from seed. And it just smells so beautiful as well. Yeah, and that's it for going on in here really. I'm going to go to the Polytunnel now and show you what I've got going on in there. Hello, I'm now here in my Polytunnel. So I thought I'd show you what I've got going on. Down here I have got my autumn sown sweet peas. I get my seeds from Roger Parson now. The varieties they have are just stunning. I've gone for lots of different colours really. A mixture of pale blues and some dark maroons and some peachies and pinks and lavenders and some bright oranges as well, and bright pinks because that's my new love, bright orange and bright pink. And then obviously I have all the ranunculus growing in here. So these are actually Italian ranunculus. These are specialist variety I've gone for this year because they did so well last year. My slightly cheaper ones that I thought I would up my game this year and splash out on some fancy ones. So I'm very excited about seeing these come to bloom. Also very nervous. Hopefully they all work out okay, but so far so good. They seem to be loving it in here. I'm a bit nervous about it getting too warm in here when the weather warms up. So what I'm actually going to do is put another mesh this side so that we can ventilate the tunnel like we do there, because currently as it stands we've only got that and the door. So yeah, I just feel like those two alone are not enough to get a good ventilation and airflow through here. Yeah, I think that'll definitely help. I've got some more Orlea down there hardening off. If we go over here and have a look what's going on this bench. So I have a later sown sweet peas. So they're my late winter sown ones. These are my Ami Visnaga, which I grew last year, but they all died. So I lost pretty much about 80% of my autumn sown plants last year, which was a bit of a bummer. I didn't frost fleece anything, and I just kind of gave it a real tough love, and sometimes that isn't the best approach. And then I've got my Ami Majus, which are just ginormous now. They've got a few floppy leaves, but yeah, again, because of that warm autumn we had, they've just gone crazy. I've got some behind anemones. There's one poking up there actually. I haven't had much luck on them. It's kind of my second time dabbling in them, and let's just say I'm much better at the ranunculus than I am the anemones. I think I've got it down now. I think the trick is to soak them for a few hours so that they don't really swell like ranunculus do, but then to put them in quite dry medium, so keep your compost more on the dry side until they then sprout and grow roots. And then once they've got roots, you can then start watering them a little bit, still keeping them more on the dry side. Otherwise, they just rot. But until they've got roots, they can't absorb any of the moisture in the soil. So if it's too wet, they will just rot away. So the same goes for ranunculus, really. You just want to kind of keep them slightly moist and damp, but not too soggy because they just rot. Okay, so my phone just told me I'm nearly out of memory, so I'm gonna have to wrap it up, but I just thought I would share a few bits of what I'm planning to grow, obviously, but I'm not sowing just yet because it's still very early. So cosmos obviously is a no-brainer. Amaranthus, rudbeckias, love them. Helichrysum, I actually sowed these yesterday. Some more agrostemma, so some later sown corncockle. Phlox, absolutely love them. Asters, love all the annual asters. All of my grasses, which I have actually started sowing. I'll list all the proper Latin names on here as well, because I'm not very good at pronouncing them. Statice, I love, so limonium. Some more nigella because I love the seed pods. I really would like to try and grow some verbena. Zinnias, I'm going to give them a go again. I must admit, I'm not the biggest zinnia fan. I don't know what the fuss is about them, but I'm still yet to find some that I really like. And then poppies and scabious. Euphorbia as well. Gypsophilia or Gypsophila, however you want to pronounce it. Oh, Gomphrena, I can't pronounce that either. Foxgloves, forgot to mention that. Dill, Florist dill. Yeah, there's so many, but unfortunately my phone memory has run out, so I've had to keep this last bit short and sweet. However, if you want to see all of these flowers when they are in bloom, then stay tuned, because in a few months' time, be prepared for lots and lots and lots of flowery videos coming your way. Hopefully, anyway. And obviously, I'll be sharing me setting up the beds and whatnot out there, because I've got lots of plans. I've just recently set up my new composting station, which is exciting. Thinking of installing a wildlife pond as well to help encourage more frogs, to help with slugs. So yeah, I'm just trying to create a little mini thriving ecosystem here on the flower farm to, yeah, just help promote all that natural beneficial insects and pest management and stuff. Yeah, and it's very exciting. But thank you so much to everyone that has subscribed and everyone who likes my videos and stuff. It really does mean a lot. And yeah, I'm very excited to share some more with you. So thank you for watching and stay tuned.